Hey, how's it going today? Checking in with the latest updates on the progression towards my speaking goals. And today was delivery day and an inquiry day as well. The last couple of days have been challenging, kind of for a variety of different reasons, but just kind of felt a little bit low, a little bit disconnected, and it's been a bit up and down over the course of the last couple of days. And it's okay. I've been, dealing with it, and it's not been too bad, but I've been aware that I've been probably feeling a little less, as I said, less motivated than normal. And whenever I get those initial warning signs, I tend to take action and to do things. And today, this afternoon in particular, I had a really busy day. I had an hour coaching call, then a 90-minute webinar, online delivery to another corporate client, and then another couple of 60-minute coaching clients. So really busy afternoon, and I knew that it would re-energize me, actually, and it did. It did exactly that. And I always feel like with coaching and online delivery, I've got to be a bit careful. I have to make sure that I recover afterwards as well, but it really does energize me. And this session that I did today was for a creative agency, and we did the briefing call yesterday. And on the session, on the check-in yesterday, I remember mentioning that I felt like I articulated myself well, and I listened to what they wanted, and I kind of reflected that back, and we came up with a really good session plan. And then today was the delivery of that session. So I just feel like that whole process is getting much slicker, much better now, and the fact I've done so many of these sessions now, just like I can't wait to get back on a stage. I really can't, because and just to see what difference it's made to my performance, to my the craft, if you will, because it's so much harder presenting to a virtual audience, especially when you can't see them, compared, and maintaining that energy, maintaining that engagement, compared with when you can actually see real people in a room. So that went well today. We've got some good feedback initially from that as well, so that's good. And then just at the end of the day, I haven't responded to this yet, but at the end of the day, an inquiry came in for a very interesting looking London-based corporate client. They're looking for a speaker. I suspect it's going to be for next month around Mental Health Awareness Week. And it came off the back of a recommendation from somebody who saw me speak at an event 3 years ago. So this is the second time that's happened. I know that doesn't sound like very much, but bear with. So 3 years ago, I gave a talk, presentation, kind of workshop really, at the Barbican in London for British Land. They were a client. I did quite a few things with them actually, over a 2-year period. And one of the guys now is the buildings manager of this building, a rather kind of big building in London. And so he'd put my name forwards, and apparently spoke very highly of me, and couldn't have extolled the virtues of my presentation anymore, which was wonderful to hear, especially as I remember doing that session and kind of reflecting back on it and thinking how I think that was one of the sessions where I was in that transition of delivering fairly flat content in terms of a lot of great content, information heavy. I hadn't really got into full swing with the storytelling and more of the kind of the engagement things that I bring into my speeches now, my presentations. He obviously thought it was very good, so he's put my name forward. So that was really interesting, because obviously they have, well, I say obviously, I don't know, I haven't checked any of this out yet, but I imagine there's a budget, and I imagine that this isn't going to be just could he come and do a bit of a online talk for free. So I've got an idea as to what I'm going to pitch to them, which will be a series of sessions. If it is for Mental Health Awareness Week, then I think that'll be something that could work really well. And I'm going to connect with them on Monday. So it's good to kind of get an inquiry in, but even better to get an inquiry that's based on a recommendation. And the reason I kind of said hold fast for a second with judgments on just 2 in the course of 2 years. So the other one was the Experian gig keynote I did almost just over a year ago in Cardiff. and that was off the back of somebody else who'd seen me speak at a Dell presentation 4 years ago. And she'd been in the audience, only a small number, and again had thought it was good and put my name forward as a speaker. So the point with this is I remember a conversation with Joey Duffy, a very good speaker friend of mine. And he said a while back, a couple of years ago actually, he said that when you speak in front of an audience, then you just don't know who's in the room. You don't know what's going to come off the back of that. And he said he's had people come up to him 5 years after, contact him about speaking, and he's asked them where they heard about him, and they said that they were in an audience 5 years ago. And this has been a frustration of mine over the last couple of years, that I haven't been doing more speaking, and why I'm so pleased now to be in front of people, albeit virtually, kind of bigger audiences, lots of people pushing, because you don't know who's listening. And it could be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years plus down the line. And if you just have hit the right note with the right member of the audience, who then happens to be in a position where they're looking for a speaker, and they've heard you, then they put your name forwards, and that's how you start getting that. You start getting that word of mouth. You start getting that referrals and recommendations thing going. And it's quite hard to do that if you're not doing very many speeches. So if you're not doing many talks initially, then you haven't got those big audiences, or small audiences, but enough of them. You haven't got enough people that you're talking to that will then expand out. So obviously that's accelerated for me over the course of the last couple of years, that I've been really intently pursuing this goal. But interesting to see that actually the two that have come off the back of referrals came from 3 and 4 years ago. So there's definitely something in the whole, just got to keep on going, keep your head down, just keep pushing, and keep delivering to the very best of my ability, which is what I fully intend to do. So anyway, there we go. There's my update. Slightly more buoyant, I think, than the last couple of days. I make no apologies for that. And going into the weekend, there's a bit of work. I still haven't looked at the Toastmasters speech for the division contest on Sunday. I will do that. I will do that tomorrow. But for now, that's my check-in. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.